Okay, we have gone past our example program, and now we have our Hello World program, which is traditionally the first program that you would create in any given language. It's basically just a way of having output that says Hello World that shows that you can control at least some aspect of your program. Okay, so let's just run. Actually, it's running right now. You can see what it looks like when I run it. I have a nice square that's this kind of teal color. And that's because I created a canvas that was 400 by 400 in setup. And then in draw, I just say make the background this color. That's it though. But look what I have commented out. I have all these different things. Let's see what happens. This first one is a traditional JavaScript way of getting a printout on the console. And notice down below, this is our console. The console is really used for programmers. So very often it's used for testing things, or maybe some of the programs we're going to do, our output's going to come out down there so we can see what it's doing. But when you finally create programs for other people to use, you have to assume that they don't have access to the console. But anyway, this is the traditional JavaScript way, and remember this is actually JavaScript that we're using. So when I run this, notice what happens. Nothing changes over here, but down here it says Hello World. That's the console. As I said, we're using JavaScript, but P5 is a sort of a, for lack of a better term, it's sort of a wrapper around JavaScript. It adds some things that makes it a little bit simpler in many ways to use. So one of the things that's common in Java and other languages is the word print. You're not actually printing to a printer, but you are printing to the console. P5 lets us do it that way too. So if I run it again, you'll see it still says Hello World, just like the console.log. I will be using print because it's just more common in other languages. But if you see console.log, just think print. All right, so if I do that, that's fine. I'm gonna comment that back out again. Run it. We're back to just having our nice square over here, right? So let's look in draw. I have background, and if I take uncomment this, notice the command is text. It still says Hello World, but I have the two other numbers again. Hopefully you guys maybe figure out what those two numbers represent. We're going to change those in a second. If I run that now, nothing comes out of the console, but look, it says Hello World on the screen. So text is the command to put text up on the screen. And these two numbers, if you haven't guessed it yet, let's change the second one. Think about where you think that Hello World is going to show up when I run it now. Is that what you were thinking? All right, that's the Y value, and as we know, a Y value gets bigger, the item gets lower on the screen, and just to complete it, this is the X value. Let's make that be 200. There we go. Notice, by the way, we talked about shapes, and I hope we did in class, where the X and the Y position a shape. For text, the X and the Y, just to be a little different, is on the X value is at the beginning, that makes sense, but the Y value is at the bottom. So this is where I have my cursor right now, that's 200, 100, just to keep in mind. So anyway, these are a couple various ways of doing text. You can have it print to the console. You can have it displayed on the window. I want you guys to think a little bit about why I put the print or the console.log in setup and I did the text in draw. I'm not saying that it has to be that way, I just did that for a particular reason. All right.